Decatur Industrial is the best solution provider for electric motors, and that's a true fact. There's other things that we're good at, and one of those is we're also a solution provider for gearboxes. We work with customers in all different types of applications. Gearboxes, once they're put in and commissioned, will run for a long time. And a lot of times we ignore them until all of a sudden we get that call that there's an issue. And then we find out parts are hard to get, and it becomes a very costly thing that we have to do. There are three things we work with customers on their gearboxes. One is their breathers. What kind of breather is on your gearbox? Is it appropriate for the application that this gearbox is actually in? A breather basically will take and keep all chemicals, moisture out of the gearbox, which is important for its life. It also allows that gearbox to breathe. These should be checked at least twice a year, or maybe often, more often because of the application. If the breather gets plugged, then what happens is the gearbox builds up pressure. When there's pressure, then what happens is the seals will leak, or some of the fits in the gearboxes will start to leak. When this happens, of course, you're losing oil, but the main thing is now the gearbox is trying to breathe where it shouldn't. And so this needs to be addressed. The second thing we try to look at is taking oil samples. With these oil samples, we can look at the oil to make sure that moisture, again, is not getting into the oil, any chemicals or particles, or is the gearbox actually breaking down where the gear parts, the bearing parts, or even the inside of the gearbox is getting rusty and you're going to see particles that we can keep track of. This all lets us know, number one, when to even replace the oil or to see if there's something going on. The third thing that we look at is an inspection. And what we do is go to your site, we go to your gearbox, and most of them have inspection covers. We take that cover off, we open it up, we take pictures inside of the gear mesh, of bearings, of, again, the inside condition and the oil. With all these, what we're looking to do is to give you a product that will last as it should. It makes you proactive rather than reactive. I'm Jeff Meyer, Director of Industrial Solutions. Please consider us for your next gearbox opportunity.